Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Randall Herrera, and today I'm going to share with you my latest portrait session. It was at a location that I've been wanting to shoot for a good while now. I've shot there before, portrait sessions. This is way before, during when I first started getting into portrait photography. But I've been wanting to shoot there again, you know, with all the lights and everything that I've learned, and just kind of bring it all to this location. It's an awesome location in my opinion. I was able to meet somebody on Instagram for this purpose, and we were able to agree to do a sunset shot. It's not always easy when you're doing these collaborations with these people on Instagram, because a lot of people, they want to do these 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock meets when the lighting is not at its best. So this worked out. She was very willing to come out at the right time during perfect lighting. We were aiming for like a very warm sunset, where we were keeping our fingers crossed for that anyways, you know, with that nice golden light kind of coming from behind, just the right amount of clouds so you can get that nice warm reflection in there. But it did not happen that way. Instead, we got a lot of clouds with just a little hint of pink kind of seeping through. It was not much of a golden hour. It was more of a extended blue hour. But I think we did pretty good, actually. I was very satisfied with this photo session. There's a few things that if I could do over, you know, I would do them differently. Maybe, you know, a lot of the shots I would have done ambient a little bit brighter, maybe a few more headshots, a few tighter shots. But overall, I was very happy with the experience. I did have some issues, I think, with the settings. I'm still figuring out the settings with flash photography with the adapted lens. I'm using an MC11 Sigma adapter with the Canon 35 here, and there is a delay in certain settings. Sometimes it'll be instant when you hit the button, the shot's taken, lights flash, perfect. Other times you hit the button and you have to sit there and hold the camera for like 2 seconds, and then it'll fire, and then the lights will shoot. You know, it's kind of annoying. But I think that's an issue that I have to work out and figure out what the right settings are to use, because it's not the same with this. With a native lens, I can use AFC. With a native lens, I can use AFC. I can use eye autofocus. And it's instant. It fires as soon as focus is acquired, which is pretty instant. It just fires, no problems. With the adapted lens, like I said, I don't know if it's because of it's the MC11 adapter. I've heard Metabones might work better. I'm not sure, but sometimes it's instant, sometimes it's not. Sometimes there's a delay. Focus is acquired, but it just won't fire immediately. Otherwise, you know, this is a beautiful lens. It performed great. The 85 GM. It just performed brilliantly. I mean, I love the lens. It really gives great images. I can't speak. It leaves me speechless. It's a great lens. I am considering. I hang on to the Canon version of the 35. I know Sony has one, which has the aperture ring on the outside, just like this does, and it will be easier to transition from both. But the thing is that I do have other cameras that I like to adapt this lens to. And so I can't really justify having two kind of pricey lenses, two equivalent focal lengths just for two different systems. So who knows? Maybe I'll end up getting the Sony version and selling this one off. I'm not really sure in that sense. So one of the things this session made me consider, or start to consider, is the need for a 24-70 zoom lens. I do like the 35-85 prime lens combo, because you can get that 1.4 and you get that nice look. But you know, we were at the beach, there's sand, there's a little bit of a breeze. It was actually a pretty calm day, so that was the other good thing. I didn't have to worry about my lights getting, you know, pushed over. But changing lenses in that environment, I don't know, you know, with the sensor so exposed like that, and I did it just because I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna not change lenses, right? But it did make me think that maybe a 24-70, you know, the convenience of a zoom lens in these kind of environments where you don't want to have to be opening up your camera and having it exposed to possibly getting sand in there, or sea mist or whatever. So that's a possibility for me in the future. But honestly, I'm not really sure. Maybe a second body, you know, 35 on one, 85 on the other. I'm not really sure which way I would want to go. I don't know if a second body is really required for me. So for lighting, I did use the AG 360s, the TTL versions. I didn't use them in TTL mode, but that is what I used. For lighting, for diffusers, it was the Rapid XXL, I believe it's called, on one light, and the Westcott Apollo Orb on the other light. They work for me. They're not the, they're not the best diffusers, but they work for me. I'm pretty satisfied with them so far, so no need to upgrade if they're working for me. Power output was definitely enough, we weren't under full sun. Overall, it was a great portrait session, one of the better portrait sessions that I've had in quite a while. I felt things just really came together for me. Like I said, there's always things you could have done differently, but I'm pretty satisfied with this portrait session. I'm going to play the rest of the video so you guys can if you guys want to see a little bit more behind the scenes footage, as well as some more photo samples from that day. I think that's it for this video. It's a short one. Not really much to say. It's just kind of sharing my experience with what I've had and kind of some of the things that it made me think about in terms of a zoom lens and that kind of thing. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys next time.
This is how your pants should look if you're a good photographer.